Hey guys, Justin here with Jay Primrose Properties, and in today's video it'll probably be a little quick one, but we're going to talk about what is a title report and do I really need one to sell my house or sell my property. So let's just get right into it. So first off, what is a title report? So what a title report is when the title company basically does research or kind of verifies kind of like the chain of ownership or chain of title, which is kind of like, say Bob buys a house and then he lives in there for a while, then sells it to Sally, and Sally lives there and then sells it to Dave, and then Dave lives there and sells it to George. And so there's a chain of ownership or a chain of title. And so what title companies do is they basically verify and say, okay, is there any liens against a property? Is this the legal owner? Is there any other ownership that could possibly cloud title? So first up, I think it'd be good to kind of talk about the steps of a transaction. So say if you're working with like a cash home buyer like myself, if we come to an agreement on price, we would just basically fill out a simple purchase and sale agreement. I always kind of explain to folks, it's kind of like when you list a house on market, there's huge contract that you sign, lots of legal jargon, all this good stuff. For us, when we buy homes, it's as is, so it's basically as is where is, so as it sits, no repairs. So it's a little bit simpler. So I always explain it, it's kind of like a bill of sale. So if you're buying like a 2000 Honda Accord from a guy, your neighbor down the road, just you're gonna give them cash, a bill of sale. But if you buy a car from a dealership, there's a lot more paperwork, there's a lot more moving parts, all that stuff. So it's, for us, what we would do if we come to an agreement, we'd sell out a pretty simple agreement. Just says, hey, it's as is, whereas, boom, boom. So once we have that in place, the next step is we would actually send that off to the title company, and they would do what's called open title. So they're going to open up the process or open the file for the sale of the property. And then what they really are going to do next is pull title report, or pull title is what they sometimes call it. And so, like I said, they're going to verify chain of ownership, and they're also going to see if there's any liens or what are called encumbrances against the property, which would be maybe like a mechanic's lien if there's stuff that hasn't been paid for, medical lien, sometimes child support. There could be a variety of things, solar. We've seen all kinds of stuff. Or if there is, say, someone's passed away, they might need to verify some ownership stuff there. Or if there's a break in the chain of title and say there's some work that's needed with that, that's something that we actually help with as well. But the title report itself, which is what we're talking about today, is really just the report of saying this is like, yes, this is the legal owner, this is what's owed against it. So these are all the things that are going to have to be paid off or whatever to legally change ownership or basically complete the sale. So yes, you do want to have a title report done. The other part of a title report is it's basically allows the title company to insure the title of that property. And so what that means is after the sale of the property, say if someone comes over, talked about George last time with the sale. So if George says, hey, actually, no, that's my property. They weren't supposed to sell it. It's my house. They stole it from me. They shouldn't have been able to sell it. So if that ever happens, when you use a title company and you have title insurance, the title company is going to handle that because they've pulled the title report, they've seen the chain of title, and they've insured title. So the title report is a pretty important document. And so something we use every time, we always highly recommend you always will use a title company for any closing. To me, it's a huge red flag if anyone says to close a transaction with them just going down to the county and recording documents. Still happens quite a bit, unfortunately. So you always want to use a reputable title company, a reputable cash home buying company, or a licensed real estate agent. It should always go through the title company. Different states are a little bit different. Sometimes they have attorney states, so that's the equivalent of title. So they would close with an attorney, and they're going to do the same thing, pull title report, all that good stuff. So that concludes our video today. If you guys have questions about that, or if you're considering selling your property and you're looking for a fair, simple transaction that kind of can be on your timeline, we'd love to have a conversation with you. We buy houses and property, really, land, all that good stuff, all over Pierce County. So if you are considering selling, please give us a call. We'd love to have a conversation with you. No pressure whatsoever, just like to offer value and be of service. And if it makes sense to move forward, then fantastic. If not, that's okay too. So thanks for watching. I hope it's helpful, and I hope you have a great day.